Hello, everybody. My name is Rae DiLeo, and I work at Iron Mountain Entertainment. I run the East Coast Digital Studios operations here in New Jersey. Been there for about 4 years now, building out our base. And basically what we do is our day is spent with teams of video and audio operators doing mass migration of video and the audio assets from the analog to the digital world. And a large portion of our time is spent preserving, restoring, and remediating assets because of issues either with tape or with format incompatibilities. So I'm going to talk a little different really quickly about something we have a little different from what you've been hearing all day today. Is for those of you who are still working with tape-based assets, whether it's analog or digital, I just want to share some of the difficulties and situations we've come about for you to know about. We deal with a lot of high-risk formats and inconsistent playback of media that's becoming obsolete. And some of the major issues we see is, number one, is diminishing format availability. And what I mean by that is we're dealing with a lot of formats where the machines are becoming harder and harder to find. They're not out there, and if they are out there, they're either not working properly, or it's difficult to find parts, or actual techs who know how to repair or fix or maintain them. And that's going to diminish over time even further. And along with that, we also have inconsistent playback. A lot of the formats in the analog and digital world, primarily in the digital world, audio tape in the 1990s were formats that were used on a professional level but were prosumer. And what I mean by that is they were cheaper and meant for a non-professional environment, but ended up being picked up by that. And those formats have inconsistent playback to where tape assets may take 4, 5, or 6 playbacks on different various machines to get a clean signal or low error rates. So that's a major factor that we deal with every day. Another issue is degrading assets, and that can be because environmentally how they've been stored and hit by the environment. Improper storage causes a lot of issues we see that we have to work with on a daily basis. Even assets stored properly, there is formula of tape, and this is audio and video, back in the 90s, or I'm sorry, the 80s and 70s, that have binding issues or have other issues that come about over time that we've uncovered, even in a proper storage can still occur. And if these tapes aren't handled properly, you could lose your media forever if it's not handled by a professional, and the binding issues could destroy the tape. So those are some of the issues we see on a daily basis. We always stress, and I always stress, is if for people that are still working with tape-based formulas, whether it's audio, whether it's video, to know your assets, know the value of it, know if it's artistic value of it, and if it is a value to you, is to have a preservation plan in place or be working on a short-term or long-term preservation to get it from the analog into the digital world. Even if it's a digital tape, we still want to get it off that tape as soon as possible.